Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to talk about essentially the actual difference between cropped and full frame cameras. So we're in quite a straightforward location. It's just a woodland close to home, and we're going to shoot using a full frame camera, but it's got a button on it that means I can crop it to look like it would do in a crop sensor camera. So I want to walk through that with you because I think there's really big misconceptions about what the difference is between a full frame and a cropped sensor camera, and what the difference is when you use potentially some of the lenses that I've recommended in the past on a crop sensor camera. What actually is the difference? So for the purposes of today's video, I'm not actually going to be talking about the physics behind the sensors. All you need to know is that a full frame sensor is actually larger than a crop sensor camera. Okay, there is a crop factor which you will probably already be aware of for your camera. So for example, the Canon crop sensor cameras are 1.6 times crop factor. Most crop factors are usually 1.5 times, but some of them are 2 times. So that's a micro 4/3. The other one, what actually are we going to discuss today? Well, a lot of people have a cropped camera, a crop sensor camera, and they buy a lens like the 135-18 or a 70-200, and they buy a full frame lens and then use it on a crop sensor camera. And there's nothing wrong with doing that, really. But it does make a big difference in terms of like the blurriness of the background. Loads of people say that when you use say a 200mm lens on a crop sensor camera, it becomes 300mm, but that's not true. It is in terms of the crop on it, but it's literally just cropping down. So instead of going over this and talking about it for ages, I'm just going to show you the difference really. We've got a track behind us, there's some bright light. It's not going to be an award-winning photograph, but it will demonstrate this point in action. Okay, so we've got a Sony a7R III with a 70-200 lens. We've got full frame camera with a full frame lens, and this is relevant for full frame lenses kind of only, but generally in general. So what we're going to do is we're going to illustrate what an image looks like when you've got a full frame camera and what the same image would look like if we moved and shot it at the same scale in a crop sensor camera, which is the point of this whole video. Sit, wait. So Beanie's in a sit and wait. I'm going to do a and do a landscape image. So we can see on the full frame camera that I'm sat down here, we're nice and low down, and we've got a shot. Good, wait. Now, if we were on a crop sensor camera, it would look like this. So there's nothing wrong with that, it's just a much tighter image. So without zooming out, we would need to get to the same scale. Wait. Should be about there. Now, because we've changed the distances, involved, because of that change, we've also affected the bokeh. We've affected the separation. Okay, good girl. Super. So the point isn't that it crops in, the point is that you need to move further away. And it's that movement further away that has a direct impact on the blurriness of the background. So it's not really to do with the fact that you've got a longer lens, although it can be helpful in some situations. But for portraiture, the main thing is that you need to be further away. For every shot that I take on a full frame, to get the same composition, you would need to be further away, and therefore the distances all change. So we've gone to a much closer location. So the difference between this track and the other track is quite massive. So let's set up the full frame shot and then switch and do the same shot, but crop sensor. My line, I need to be no further really than that. So Beanie's gonna have to be here. Beanie. Good, wait. Beanie's gonna sit and wait. We're gonna do portrait shot. Wait. And we're gonna keep the same focal length. Ready. Wait. Ready. Wait. And then we'll do crop sensor. So usually about that far back-ish. Wait. Good. Wait. Okay. Good girl. Super. So the crop sensor camera can make an absolutely beautiful photo. There's no doubt about that. You don't need to have a full frame camera. You just have to be aware of your distances. Because when we look at those shots, we've got a difference there in terms of the background. So the difference in the bokeh is actually quite large. It might not be that clear for you to see, but it is quite large. So there is quite a big shift between the bokeh and the background rendition just because of your distances. So you could keep the same bokeh rendition by moving the subject further away, but in terms of that line, by moving further away, I'm then going to be sat in all of this bushy stuff. This bushy stuff, which will probably cover over the lens, and it's really spiky, so I'd really rather not. So in terms of your crop factor, no, you don't need a full frame camera to make a beautiful photograph. Yes, it does make a difference in terms of your lines and your composition. What's the benefits of having a full frame camera? Usually higher dynamic range, better handling of noise, larger file sizes, usually better pixel rendition, better colors. There's all sorts of other benefits, but the main one that people tout is that you get better blurry backgrounds. Not true, because it's all about the distances. So I hope that helps to clear that up. If this video has been helpful, please do let me know. And yeah, it'd be great if you could subscribe. Beanie, you can't eat pine cones. I'll see you again soon.